Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, May 1st. For introduction purposes, my name is Todd Wilchin. I am the chair of the county board this year. On my left, we have fellow commissioners Bill Avery and Deb Shore. On my right, we have fellow commissioners Roma Amundsen and vice chair Jennifer Brinkman. Joining us this morning from the county attorney's office is Jen Holloway. From the county clerk's office, we have the county clerk Dan Nolte and Kelly Lundgren. From the county board office, we have the chief administrative officer Carrie Egan and our deputy chief administrative officer Ann Ames. Now, if you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, would you please start the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff at the front of the hearing room. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. 1A is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, April 24th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from our last Board of Commissioners meeting last Tuesday. Any discussion or correction? Okay, please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Abstain.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. 1B is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners Department budget hearings on Tuesday, April 24th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the last Board of Commissioners Department budget hearings we had last Tuesday. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Abstain.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through May 1st, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the claims processed through today. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 3, a special presentation. This is Good News Jail and Prison Ministries of Fairfax, Virginia, Chaplain Program and Inmate Benefit Fund, Brad Johnson, Corrections Administrator, Brenda Fisher, Corrections Program Manager, and Sheldon Crapo, Chaplain.
Good morning. Brad Johnson, Lancaster County Department of Corrections. This is an annual donation that we ask for our religious programming and Good News Ministries that coordinate all those activities and train and escort and provide services to our inmates for their religious needs and beliefs. So again, right now we're asking for $18,000 to be donated to his chaplaincy and the Good News Ministry program.
I am Sheldon Crapo, the chaplain for Lancaster County Corrections and the Department of Corrections. And we are a ministry group that is headquartered in Richmond, Virginia. And we provide chaplains for jails and prisons across America and internationally. As a matter of fact, we have more international than domestic chaplains. But our services are offered to Lancaster County, and we raise our own support to be here. So the fact that you are being asked to be part of that support is of great help to us. Back in 2012, we began what we called a mentoring program for our inmates by finding volunteers who would come in to work with them one-on-one. And in the course of the years since 2012, as I review the statistics, There have been nearly 300 inmates who have been mentored one-on-one. We currently have 11 men and 4 women who act as volunteers to specialize in this one-on-one type of activity and encouraging inmates in their spiritual walk. I haven't done an in-depth statistical review, but as I review those names, it seems very evident to me that far less than half of those inmates have repeated since this began back in 2012. So this is something that is definitely valuable, and it's an example of the type of thing that we can provide for the jail. An opportunity for inmates to explore something on the inner person that will help change the outer person, and it does work. And so we thank you that you consider the possibility of supporting us in this effort.
Excellent. Thank you for that information. Because I know, obviously this last legislative session, there were some questions about what the use for the inmate benefit fund and how you would finance it. And so I very much appreciate you coming today to tell us your story, because it is important, because you do a lot of great work out there at the jail, and the county is very appreciative of that service. So I appreciate it very much. Any other questions? Commissioner Shore?
Well, in addition to the one-on-one mentoring, you provide services throughout the week. Do you want to talk a
Correct.
little bit about those as
Yes.
well?
We have our active roster of volunteers is more than 70. On any given month, probably 4 to 5 dozen volunteers are active during the course of a month. So on Sundays, we provide a service in each of the main living areas in the jail, in the living units, which amounts to something like 8 volunteers that come in on a Sunday in order to cover the jail with services. But then for each living unit, we also try to provide an additional opportunity during the week in terms of a group study or a group service activity. So our office is very much involved in managing and keeping those volunteers active on Sundays and throughout the week.
And I think the other thing is he's responsible for all of the religious, what's the word I'm looking for? Accommodations with, Buddhists and, Islam and, the praying mats and all the different items that folks need to carry out their faith. So him and his group, get that stuff ordered and, communicate with the inmates about what their needs are, and work with us as far as security concerns and making sure that, there's not an institutional interest in those kind of items as well. So a lot of that is just taken care of through his group.
Well, we appreciate the information very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, would you continue on with item 4A, please?
Under new business, 4A is to authorize the payment of $18,000 from the Inmate Benefit Fund to Good News Jail and Prison Ministries of Fairfax, Virginia, for providing a full-time chaplain for Lancaster County Corrections inmates.
Move approval. Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to authorize the payment to Good News Jail and Prison Ministries. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B is a special events permit application from Gary Bredhoff, Tiger Coaching and Personnel Training, Inc., to hold the Last Blast Lincoln Triathlon on September 16th, 2018.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name's Gary Bredehoff, and with Tiger Coaching and Personal Training, here to just answer any questions you may have by the event. This is our 7th year of the event, which is a fundraiser for the Strong Kids campaign of the downtown YMCA.
Any questions? Commissioner Avery?
This is referred to on our agenda as the Last Blast.
Yeah, Last Blast Lincoln Triathlon. Basically, it's the last time you can do a triathlon in this area before it gets pretty cold out there to swim out in the lake and stuff like that. So that's how we come up with that name.
All right, I thought you meant this was the last time we weren't going to do it.
No. Yeah, no. It's just, yeah.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to.
Thank you.
Yes, to approve the license. Any discussion? All right, please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. C is an amusement license renewal application from NRG Media LLC to hold an outdoor music concert on August 18, 2018 at Blue Stem Tree Farm LLC, 5895 West Sprague Road, Crete, Nebraska.
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Brooke Schultz. I am here for application renewal for Frog Fest. This will be our 6th annual event, and I have had pre-meetings with engineering, the sheriff's department, and risk management to go over their feedback and suggestions, and I feel that taking their suggestions and feedback, this will be the best year yet. So.
Excellent. Any questions? Commissioner Brinkman?
Looking at the layout that was provided, it is a little different than last year, yes? Or was everything the same last year? I couldn't remember.
It's pretty much the same, except we have more room now on property for parking, so 100% of the parking will be on their property.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
And can you share with us who the entertainer will be?
Off camera, I can. We have not announced it yet. We announced it on May 14th.
Okay, I can wait that long.
Well, and I
It'll be
appreciate
fun.
it. And when I was talking to Brooke before the meeting, I said that it feels like we just had Frog Fest, which it wasn't that long ago, and it's because we see you early so that we can address any issues that may arise.
Yes.
So we very much appreciate that. And I know in the last few years, there have been concerns and that you've been willing to make changes and to make the event a better experience for both people who are attending, but also the neighbors.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
So any other questions for Brooke?
Move approval.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the license for Frog Fest. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is a resolution authorizing the installation of traffic control devices in Lancaster County.
Good morning.
Good morning. Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineers. So this morning I bring before you the roadside memorial sign, "Please drive safely," for installation on Saltillo, just to the west of 68th and Saltillo. This is the Titherington memorial sign.
Any questions? Commissioner Brinkman?
So I've already expressed my concern about this policy, and I don't feel like voting no is the right thing to do. Once the board has adopted this policy, I think that it's right to move forward as long as the criteria has been met. So can you verify that the criteria listed and the procedures listed in our current policy were met by this application?
All criteria as listed and previously approved have been met.
Any other questions?
Move approval?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the installation of a road safety sign. Any discussion? Sorry, it's the installation of a traffic control device. Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E is a recommendation from the purchasing department and the county engineer to award a contract to Straight Line Striping, Inc. for 2018 pavement striping. The cost of the county is $109,823.41.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So this is this year's striping contract. You may or may not be aware that we used to have a striping truck. We don't have a striping truck anymore. We're currently contracting out all of our striping. And of course, you may or may not be aware that the width of our stripes has increased, and there's a lot of safety information out there that says if you increase the width of your stripe, that you also have increase in safety on the roads. And so that we're incrementally doing that around the county. This is a minor contract. Next year, I expect to bring forward a larger contract to address pavement striping.
Any questions for the county engineer? Commissioner Avery and then Brinkman.
Now, I forget, I know we had the discussion of whether you were going to sell your striper or whatever you do with those when you're finished, and contract out. We probably discussed whether or not that was economically a good decision. Will you remind me what we decided?
So, striping trucks are very expensive. They're more than somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000 last time we priced them out. And then you have the cost of the paint and then the additives. There's a glass bead that are also mixed with the paint. And lastly, we have a driver then that is only striping roads for a few weeks of the year. And so we feel that given all of those things, both the economics of it and then the practice, so to speak, of getting a straight line on the road, which is not as easy as one might think, that it is best to contract this out. We get a higher quality, and then we're not handling the paint and maintaining the truck.
Does it cost more to contract out?
So the last time we did a comparison, it did not. Once you consider the wear and tear on the truck, the cost of the employee, and the cost of the materials.
Thank you.
Commissioner Brinkman and then Commissioner Amundson.
So the map wasn't included in our materials, so just looking at the map that you brought, it reminded me to, you have the rec road around Branched Oak Lake included in part of that map, so can you remind me where we are with our repaving of the rec road with the state?
So, that is a state contract, and it is completely up to the discretion of the state. I believe there's been a pre-construction meeting on it, but we don't have the exact dates yet because the state did similar to what we do, where they leave a big opening for the job to get done. And so you may note that the north side of the lake is the Rec Road project and that we are not striping the north side of the lake.
Thank you.
Commissioner Amundson.
Yeah, this is in regard to the truck. This is a specialty truck, right? And so it cannot be utilized for any others.
It is a very specialized vehicle that can be used only for paint.
And so when it's not used, it is just simply parked.
The 6 week, it would be used, if we were to purchase one, it would be used the 4 to 6 weeks of the year and then parked.
Right, okay.
We also tried to work out something with the city of Lincoln to coordinate, to get time from their truck, but they felt that they didn't have the time to do that. And of course, we are looking at a wider stripe and a different, you may not realize that there's a different stripe. The dash is different if you're on a city street than if you're on a county street. And so there's a switching over the truck and a number of nuances that made that not feasible, but we did research it.
Well, and I think at one point there was some issues with the quality of the paint. And so this way that responsibility is now borne by the contractor versus the county.
There are, again, a lot of nuances, a lot of maintenance to taking apart and cleaning sprayers, and a lot of details that can now be left to the contractor.
Hey, any other questions for the county engineer?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract to straight line striping. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 5, consent items. Amendments to the following contracts. C-14-245 with Nifco Mechanical Systems, Inc. for the annual requirements of inspection, testing, and maintenance of sprinkler alarm systems and backflow preventers. The amendment extends the contract from May 20th, 2018 through August 19th, 2018. The cost of county is not to exceed $1,000. C-15-215 with Beatrice Lawn Care for the annual service of noxious weed control spraying and mowing. The amendment renews the contract for an additional 1-year term beginning May 19, 2018 through May 18, 2019. The cost of county for all contracts is not to exceed $33,000. C-15-218 with D'Angelo Brothers for the annual service of noxious weed control spraying and mowing. The amendment renews a contract for an additional one-year term beginning May 19th, 2018 through May 18th, 2019. The cost of county for all contracts is not to exceed $33,000. C-15-217 with Gary's Lawn and Landscape for the annual service of noxious weed control, spraying, and mowing. The amendment renews the contract for an additional one-year term beginning May 19th, 2018 through May 18th, 2019. The cost of the county for all contracts is not to exceed $33,000. C-15-216 with Mercy Yards and More LLC for their annual service of noxious weed control, spraying, and mowing. The amendment renews the contract for an additional one-year term beginning May 19th, 2018 through May 18th, 2019. The cost of the county for all contracts is not to exceed $33,000. C-15-289 with Techion LLC using TCPN contract for furniture and installation. The amendment renews a contract from May 1st, 2018 through April 30th, 2019. The cost of the county is not to exceed $50,000. C-17-523 with the Lincoln Journal-Star for publishing legal notices and all other verbiage necessary to conduct county business. The amendment renews a contract for an additional one-year term beginning June 9th, 2018 through June 8th, 2019. The cost of the county is not to exceed $20,000. Utility permit number 1645, allowing Allo Communications Sensol fiber optical cable under Yankee Hill Road from 70th Street to 84th Street and north under 84th Street to Highway 2. There is no cost to the county.
Move approval of the consent items?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 6, public comment. Those wishing to speak to items relating to county business not on agenda may do so at this time.
Anyone in the audience wishing to speak on an item related to county business that's not on the agenda? Okay, Mr. Clerk, please continue with the announcements.
The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including department budget hearings, on Thursday, May 3rd, 2018, at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford Studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, May 8th, 2018, at 9 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building, with the Board of Equalization immediately following. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold department budget hearings on Tuesday, May 8th, 2018 at 9:30 a.m. or immediately following the Lancaster County Board of Equalization meeting in the Bill Luxford Studio of the County City Building. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commission@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, we are adjourned. Have a good week.